Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. Agrokor has managed to secure a €300 million loan from Russia's Sberbank. Insiders say this is enough to keep the company operating. Croatia's largest privately owned company has been struggling under a mountain of debt. Agrokor is Croatia's largest employer, and its collapse would have a huge impact on the economy. The government has said it would ensure Agrokor's debt problems do not destabilize the economy or the financial system. Agrokor today rejected speculation that the company owes close to €1 billion in back taxes. The company stated that it pays more than €400 million in taxes each year and currently has a clean slate with the tax office. 9 Bosnian Croats, former members of the Croatian Defense Council, entered pleas of not guilty in a Sarajevo court today, where they are facing war crimes charges. The men are accused of crimes against Bosnian Serbs in the Orisha region in 1992 and 93. Prosecutors claim they have a strong case against them. However, the Croat community in Bosnia and Herzegovina believes the case, which was only recently initiated, is politically motivated. EU Enlargement Commissioner Johannes Hahn today laid the foundation stone for the construction of a bridge that will span the Sava River and connect eastern Croatia with neighboring Bosnia and Herzegovina. The bridge is part of the 5C Pan-European corridor, which runs from Budapest through Osijek and ends in the Croatian port of Ploče. The bridge is being co-financed by Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina, with heavy reliance on EU funds.
A couple of months ago, we had some problems getting these works underway. We resolved these problems as we would resolve any other problems. Of course, it's in Croatia's interest to connect with Bosnia and Herzegovina.
It's about the bridge which is connecting Bosnia with Croatia, it's connecting Bosnia with Europe, and it's a bridge. It's a symbol for bridging what belongs together.
Anti-abortion groups gathered under the Pro-Life Initiative have announced that from Sunday until Easter, they will be collecting signatures for a petition in support of the premise that life begins at conception. The initiative comes after the Constitutional Court refused a call to ban abortion and gave lawmakers 2 years to draft new legislation regulating the procedure.
The petition is formulated in a very general way, in the sense that just laws are adopted for the unborn and that mothers are offered concrete assistance. Therefore, this is a process. First there is the petition, followed by talks and working groups. So time will tell.
The 6th annual Place to Go International Tourism Fair is underway in Zagreb. The fair focuses on presenting Croatian travelers with interesting domestic and foreign destinations. 20 countries are being represented, including Canada, Indonesia, Thailand, and for the first time, Italy, Macedonia, and Russia. Tourism Minister Gari Capelli pointed out that Croatia needs to step up efforts to develop its continental tourism.
I think it is time for Croatia to initiate these mechanisms through the projects and support we will provide, and everything else we will do, including the Crow Card, so that we resolve the issue of ensuring the development of this kind of continental tourism.
U.S. President Donald Trump received German Chancellor Angela Merkel today. The focus of their talks was on the future of the NATO alliance, the fight against terrorism, and trade between the U.S. and EU.
I reiterated to Chancellor Merkel my strong support for NATO, as well as the need for our NATO allies to pay their fair share for the cost of defense. I also appreciate Chancellor Merkel's leadership, along with the French president, to resolve the conflict in Ukraine, where we ideally seek a peaceful solution. Immigration is a privilege, not a right, and the safety of our citizens must always come first, without question.
In the period leading up to this visit, I've always said it's much, much better to talk to one another and not about one another, and I think our conversation proved this.
U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson announced today that military action against North Korea was an option if it continues to develop its weapons program.
All the options are on the table. Certainly we do not want for things to get to a military conflict. We're quite clear in that in our communications. But obviously, if North Korea takes actions that threatens the South Korean forces or our own forces, then that will be met with an appropriate response.
Tillerson said that America's policy of strategic patience had ended, but that it would first exhaust a new range of diplomatic, security, and economic measures.
But we are hopeful that by taking these steps, and we have many, many steps we can take before we get to that point, that we hope that that will persuade North Korea to take a different course of action. That is our desire.
Tillerson also called on China to implement sanctions against North Korea and said there was no need for China to punish South Korea for deploying an advanced U.S. anti-missile system aimed at defending against North Korea. North Korea carried out 2 nuclear tests last year and claims to be ready to test fire an intercontinental ballistic missile. A Syrian human rights group is reporting that at least 42 civilians have been killed and another 100 injured in an airstrike that hit a mosque in northern Syria. The United States has claimed responsibility for the airstrike, but denies that it was targeting the mosque. Zagreb is hosting the Festival of Lights this weekend. Visitors and locals have until Sunday to experience this unique light show, which has been set up at several locations in Zagreb's upper town. Taking a quick look at sports, the draw for the quarterfinals of the Champions League football was held at UEFA headquarters today. Atletico Madrid will play Leicester City. Monaco face Borussia Dortmund. Bayern will square off against reigning champions Real Madrid, while Juventus awaits Barcelona. 6 Croatian national team players will be competing in the quarterfinals, which start on April 11th and 12th, with the return matches scheduled for April 18th and 19th. And now the forecast for tomorrow. Variable cloud cover with a chance of some light rain, primarily in northern and eastern parts of the interior. There will be a moderate southwesterly and southeasterly throughout the country. Morning lows of 3 to 8 degrees Celsius inland, 9 to 13 on the coast, will give way to highs of 13 to 18 degrees. The 3-day forecast for the interior calls for moderate to heavy cloud cover with a chance of some intermittent rain on Sunday, especially in eastern Slavonia. Sunny and warmer on Monday. The coast will see moderate cloud cover on Sunday, predominantly sunny and warmer at the beginning of next week, although there is a chance of some passing cloud cover on the northern Adriatic. And that wraps up the news. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night.